Hi everyone, Megan O'Leary here in Las Vegas. I am joined by UFC featherweight champion and one of the stars of Saturday night's UFC 202 main event, the notorious one, Conor McGregor. The days after UFC 196, and you know, we see you at the press conference.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
You handle yourself so well, but once those cameras stop rolling, you go home. What do you do those first couple of days?
The same thing that I do after every couple of days after a fight. It's no different. I plot what's next, and that was it. I sat in a dark room and plotted my return.
This wasn't the first time you've been defeated in your professional mixed martial arts career, but was there a different feeling after that loss?
I mean, they all feel the same. You know, you just gotta embrace it. It comes with the territory. It's a crazy game. Anything can happen. There's so many ways to win and so many ways to lose. So. I just broke it down into small pieces, analysed the fight.
Good left hand by Conor. Conor's busting Nate up.
Gained confidence from what I was looking at and how I felt, and understanding where I was then to where I am now, and that was it.
Breaking it down, how many times did you actually watch the fight then?
I've watched the fight many times. I don't know how many, but I've certainly studied it very, very much so.
You said something that interests me. You said that you felt like you were maybe playing around with it a little bit. Can you kind of expand on that? Like, where did you feel like there was maybe a lack?
You know, you set your goal up to be the UFC World Champion. We became the UFC World Champion in 13 seconds with one shot.
Oh! Just left him! Like that! Oh! Unbelievable!
I would find it hard for anyone else to maintain what they were doing when it comes so easy. You know, that was the goal. That was something that was unattainable. We were laughed at when we said we would become UFC World Champions. So we became UFC World Champions, and everything kind of just, you know, obviously the media, the spotlight, fame, all of these things play a part. So things just changed after that, and it was just a little bit more lazy, less. There was not structure in it. So this one, it forced us to re-evaluate how we are preparing for these fights, and that's it. We've done that, and now we are here.
How long did it take you from getting back home to calling the executives or the matchmakers, whoever you spoke to, and saying, all right, this is it, I want this rematch or nothing?
I wanted that rematch instantly, but it was official within a day. Lorenzo, Dana came out of the house. I made my case for what I've done for the company. All the last minute opponent changes, the consistent activity. I'm one of the most active fighters, if not the most active. So they came to the house and I said, this is the fight I want. I want it exactly identical as it was, 170 pounds. And that was it, within a day.
Leading up to any Conor McGregor fight, you're all over. You're on every single sports show, but then you're on these late night talk shows. You're everywhere. At what point for you did you say this is all too much?
I've still been all over the media. I've still been everywhere. I simply had the other fighters on the roster do my media for me. You can send any fighter around to do the car washes in ESPN in Bristol, in Fox in California. You can send them around to all these talk shows. They will answer questions regarding me. So I simply got others to do my media for me, while also remaining in the headlines, and not just remaining, dominating the headlines. So I've set myself up where I can do that. It's a damn good feeling. I am fully prepared because of this. You know, there has been no distractions whatsoever, so I'm very happy with that.
And because there's been no distractions, you've said, I've spent around $300,000 on this camp. Is that the norm going forward, you think?
I mean, yeah, I feel it's an investment, but camps cost. You know, when you take a group of people from their home and put them up in Las Vegas, you know, there are costs, flights, travel, and the homes they are staying in, everything, then tickets to the fights, then food, everything. There are costs in it, but it is worth it. You know, you have an army of people there specifically to help you prepare the fight, and that's it. So the camp has been phenomenal, and I will no doubt continue to do it. I have been doing it since the Mendes fight. Now we've got better at it. We've got more seasoned with how we do it, what we like, what we do not like. So this has been the perfect one.
Let's talk about the changes, though, that you and your team have implemented in the way you're training. You're taking rest days. You're not spending maybe 9 hours in the gym training all day. At what point did you and your coaches say, hey, let's reevaluate here? Maybe we're not doing everything the way we should.
You know, you've got to be switched on for 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute high-paced round. So there was a time when I was just showing up to the gym and there was no class beginning, there was no session. I was just kind of rolling into the gym, and then I'd train with whoever was there. If I saw a jiu-jitsu guy there, let's roll. If I saw a boxing guy there, let's box. There was no real start or finish. There was no structure. There was no, okay, today we're working on this. It was kind of just roll to the gym and stay there all day, and that's not what we are. Although I feel that is beneficial at some points, but when you're preparing for a high-paced 5-minute round with a 1-minute rest, you need to prepare for that. You need to be on and off, and that's what we have done in this camp.
So what would an average day then look like for you when it's not fight week?
The most training we've done has been rounds. We wake up and we set what rounds we're doing, whether that is MMA rounds, jiu-jitsu rounds, wrestling rounds, boxing rounds, and we'd come and work rounds, and then in the evening we'd work some cardio-specific training, and that was it.
Well, you, I know, are training a lot of stand-up. You're doing these rounds, but you're also obviously putting in time on the canvas. You brought in Dylan to help you with your jiu-jitsu. Why is he the right guy to help you prepare?
He was just a good guy, a solid jiu-jitsu player, and he is jiu-jitsu based. He has a very attacking style jiu-jitsu game. A lot of people in our preparation is more positional based, so it's good to deal with that. So Dylan has become a good friend, a solid training partner who's perfect to bring in.
You're obviously very confident going into this matchup. So that being said, on Saturday, where do you feel like when you envision it? And I know you do Mystic Mac, but when you really, sit in your alone time, what are you seeing?
I'm seeing myself being patient, but still pressing forward. And I just visualize all my shots landing, and that's it. I am anticipating him to be there for the full distance. I will fight for 5 rounds, but I still believe the second round, he will be, if not on his way out, he will be done.
Well, before you can even step into the octagon, your teammate is fighting. Artem is fighting Chris Avila from Nate's team, and that's still like a camp-and-camp rivalry. They were here and they had to kind of be separate from each other before they were able to do ENG and makeup. So have you been able to take a look at that matchup? Are you excited for that, or is that something you have to kind of
Not only have I taken a look at it, I have flown in specific body types to spar for Artem also. I didn't just bring in people for me, I brought in people for Artem. So this is a war to us. They should have kept their mouth shut on that one. That boy is a rookie that Artem is facing. He has been thrust into here because Nate opened his mouth. I believe it was a big mistake. Artem is a veteran of over 30 contests. But that is their mistake. So we are prepared fully. We are confident, and that's it. We are going to war here. This is team versus team.
What's it like been having Artem kind of be in the same position as you in terms of a timeline of when you need to peak and when you need to be ready on weight, things like that, and kind of have him go through this whole process with you?
You know, Artem does his own thing. He's his own man. I just helped with the sparring partners. I just wanted specific sparring partners for him, and I wanted to make sure he was doing the rounds that he was doing. It was great to be here and overlook that. Before, on fight days or sparring days, which we mimicked exactly like a fight day. We rested all day and then drove to the gym like it was a fight. Artem went before me. I got to look at his fight, or his spar. It was a fight, we were treating it as. And then I would go in a half an hour later to do my rounds. So it was very tactical and very good to be a part of that, and he is looking phenomenal.
You've really set up home here in Vegas. This isn't the first time you've done it. This is now several times. I'm sure you've got your favorite places to go and eat and do everything. Say you're to fight in Madison Square Garden. Would you kind of do the same thing around New York?
I haven't given any thought to Madison Square Garden. It hasn't been proposed to me one bit. Right now I'm here. I'm focused on this. So we'll see when the dust settles from this fight, what's next.
You have a really close relationship with the Fertittas throughout your career. You've talked about, your conversations with Lorenzo and Frank. When you saw the news that the UFC was being purchased, what kind of were your thoughts? Because you have this close relationship, but WME is such a powerhouse.
I was inspired. I was motivated to see what they have done. They bought something they rose it up and then sold. I mean, from 2 million to 4 billion. You don't see that. You will not see another play like that in this lifetime. So I was very motivated and very proud to say that I'm on name-to-name basis with these people, and I have learned business and the fight business through these people, and I have a great relationship with them. I was very happy. I'm very happy for them, and I look forward to seeing what's next. When this fight is done, I will sit down with Mr. Fertitta like I always do, and I'm sure we will toast a good whiskey and see what's next.
Excellent. All right, I'm getting wrapped up, but I can't let you get out of this chair without asking you, what was Jennifer Lopez's birthday party like?
Yeah, it was very good. We invited ourselves to that party.
Funny, because you didn't invite me, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, Ronaldo came to the gym to show his support, so that was great. And then
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. He's a good man, a phenomenal athlete. And he just said he's here for Jennifer Lopez's party, and then we invited ourselves like we do, and that was it. I rolled in. I tried to kind of roll in and keep low key and not really like just hide in the corner and see what was up. And then I walked in, I saw Jennifer in the corner of my eye, and she jumped up as soon as she seen me and came over and grabbed me, and she dragged me through the sitting room, through all the people, onto the dance floor. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm getting dragged onto the dance floor. I'm only in the door, and I was trying to keep low key, but she was bringing me over to her boyfriend who was on the dance floor, and then he's a big fan, and he also trains in MMA, and that was it. I just hit it off. They're good people. It was great to be, you know, I'm just a young kid from Dublin, Ireland, so to be mingling with these people, it's very inspiring, and it motivates me to continue to push.
Yeah, on the dance floor with Jennifer Lopez, it's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Conor, thank you so much for your time. I know how valuable it is. We really appreciate you sitting down and answering some questions for us. Best of luck Saturday night at UFC 202 in the rematch against Nate Diaz.
Thank you so much. Thank you.